With the amount of quarterback disparity between each division this year, not all divisions are created equal.
It is not impossible for all four teams to make it to the playoffs, and wouldn't that be something if that's ultimately what happened for the AFC West?
Some divisions stacked under center, while others, well, have become significantly weakened. Let's get into our rankings for all 8 NFL divisions based on their quarterbacks for the 2022 season. Number 8, NFC East. This division has one elite quarterback, one inconsistent QB with high potential, a guy on his third team in as many years, and a turnover machine entering a make-or-break year. A healthy Dak Prescott is a top 10, maybe even top 5 quarterback in the NFL, depending on who you ask. He has really elevated his game since teaming up with Mike McCarthy, and the Dallas Cowboys are a lock for double-digit wins as long as he's in the fold. The Philadelphia Eagles are still looking to see what they have in Jalen Hurts. The dual-threat QB struggled with consistency, but did enough to lead Philly to the playoffs last season. Philly added former Titan star A.J. Brown, teaming him up with Devontae Smith for what could end up being the league's best wide receiver duo. The Washington Commanders paid a surprisingly hefty price to get Carson Wentz from the Indianapolis Colts. Wentz's implosion in a must-win Week 18 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars was all the Colts needed to give up on him after 1 year. Wentz isn't a horrible QB, but he failed to move the needle on a star-studded Indianapolis team. So we have our doubts that he's going to get it done on an inferior Washington team. But hey, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Antonio Gibson aren't a half-bad supporting cast. And then there's Daniel Jones of the New York Giants. Quite frankly, he's a bottom 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. New head coach Brian Daboll unlocked Josh Allen's full potential and turned him into a top 5 QB. Can he save Jones, or will the Giants be searching for a new QB in 2023? Number 7, NFC South. Trust us, the NFC South would have been at the bottom of this list if Brady stayed retired, but his decision to return for a 23rd season keeps the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Super Bowl contention. At least there's guaranteed to be one Pro Bowl quarterback in this division. Jameis Winston had 14 touchdowns against 3 picks and won 5 of 7 starts for the New Orleans Saints before suffering a torn ACL. That was the league's worst receiving core, but now he'll welcome back a healthy Michael Thomas, rookie Chris Olave, and free agent pickup Jarvis Landry. The pieces are certainly in place for Winston to enjoy a career year in NOLA, but like Jalen Hurts, we gotta see it to believe it. The Atlanta Falcons traded Matt Ryan to officially kickstart a rebuild. They signed Marcus Mariota and drafted Desmond Ridder. Mariota hasn't been a full-time starter since 2018, and Ridder is a rookie who may not see a whole lot of action this year. As for the Panthers, well, they finally went ahead and traded for Baker Mayfield. That was a smart move because Sam Darnold is not the guy. And PJ Walker is a third stringer at best. Now, there is a lot to like about rookie Matt Corral, but we probably wouldn't see him start until midway through the season, even without Mayfield in the fold. Number 6, AFC South. There's at least some decent depth in this division, but none of the quarterbacks are even close to being top 10 in the NFL. Matt Ryan is the cream of the crop here. The Indianapolis Colts traded away Wentz and acquired the 2016 league MVP for the low price of a 3rd-round pick. Yeah, he's 37 years of age, but Ryan should have a bounce-back year with Frank Reich calling the plays on offense and 2021 rushing leader Jonathan Taylor in the backfield to provide some added support. Ryan can help the Colts contend, but his prime is clearly in the rearview mirror. The Tennessee Titans were the AFC's top seed last year, and Ryan Tannehill was a key reason why. He's also a key reason why the Titans have lost their last 2 playoff games, both at home, in unspectacular fashion. The Titans drafted dual-threat sensation Malik Willis, so Tannehill's long-term future in Music City is on ice. He's gonna have to make it work without go-to receiver A.J. Brown. On the bright side, a healthy Derrick Henry will help tremendously. Trevor Lawrence has nowhere to go but up after a very forgettable rookie year with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But we also don't really want to blame the guy too much because Urban Meyer turned out to be one of the worst head coaches in NFL history. Now he gets Super Bowl winning head coach Doug Peterson, and the Jaguars did a superb job in upgrading the supporting cast around T-Law. The pieces are there for him to progress. How much progress he actually makes is the real question though. And finally, we really liked what we saw from Davis Mills on a talentless Houston Texans team last year. He had 16 touchdowns against 10 picks with a very lackluster supporting cast. Only Mac Jones fared better among rookie QBs in 2021. Mills has a new head coach in Lovie Smith and a better supporting cast. Marlon Mack should bolster the ground game. Rookie receiver John Mechie has 1,000-yard potential. And Kenyon Green will upgrade the O-line. Now it's time for Mills to put it all together. Number 5, NFC North. Despite having back-to-back MVP Aaron Rodgers, the NFC North falls outside of the top half of our rankings. The Green Bay Packers signal caller has been the NFL's best QB over the last 2 years. His 85 touchdowns against 9 interceptions truly speaks for itself. Rodgers has gone 13-3 as Green Bay starter over each of the last 3 years. If only his squad could stop underperforming in the postseason. But that's a topic for another day. Kirk Cousins of the Minnesota Vikings is one of the toughest QBs to rank. His individual statistics suggest he's a top 10 passer, but he can also put up a huge stinker when you least expect it. And at the end of the day, he's only gotten Minnie to the postseason once in 4 years. Minnie could certainly do a lot worse, though, that is for sure. And we're excited to see what new head coach Kevin O'Connell has in store for Cousins and that Vikings offense. Now, Jared Goff gets a lot of criticism, but he actually operated pretty well on a tanking Detroit Lions team last season. Jamison Williams joins a Lions offensive core that already has TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Goff also plays behind one of the league's best offensive lines, so we certainly aren't doubting his ability to improve during his second season in Motown. And we can't help but feel bad for Chicago Bears sophomore Justin Fields. What exactly has the team done to improve a horrendous offensive line and a lackluster group of skill position guys around him? Yeah. Not sure why the Bears, who lacked a first-round pick in this year's draft, opted to be so cheap in free agency, even after clearing out Khalil Mack's contract. But anyway, good luck in year 2, Justin. You're gonna need it. Number 4, NFC West. The NFC West takes a hit in the rankings here following the Seattle Seahawks decision to trade away superstar Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. With all due respect to Drew Lock and Geno Smith, that's a very considerable downgrade at the game's most important position. Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams headlines this group following the best season of his career. All Stafford did was guide Sean McVay's squad to a Super Bowl 56 championship, inside their home stadium no less. Cooper Kupp is still here, and the Rams added Allen Robinson to their prolific receiving core, so expect Stafford to have another great season in 2022. These last 2 seasons of Kyler Murray have been a lot like the Star Wars movie franchise. It starts out red hot, you can't stop watching, and then as time progresses, they just get inexplicably worse.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
When he's on, Murray is a top 5 quarterback, but his Arizona Cardinals endured brutal second-half meltdowns in 2020 and 2021. And Murray's regression was a key reason why. Trust us, the NFC West would be higher if we knew Murray could find some consistency. Finally, we got Trey Lance of the San Francisco 49ers, who is the great unknown within this division. He's ready to take over for Jimmy Garoppolo, but is the number 3 pick of the 2021 draft truly ready for prime time? Lance showed some promise in the brief action that he saw last year, but this 49ers team is expected to compete for a Super Bowl, so they sorta need Lance to be great early and very often. Number 3, AFC East. This may seem awfully high to some, but we're putting the AFC East just ahead of the NFC West because they have no real question marks under center. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills is a top 5 QB in the game. You could even argue that he is the best all-around signal caller right now. Miami Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa is in a perfect position to succeed under new offensive-minded head coach Mike McDaniel. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle could easily take over as the league's top pass-catching duo in 2022 and beyond. The top 5 pick of the 2020 draft will also benefit from a rebuilt O-line that added Terron Armstead and Connor Williams in free agency. We fully expect a breakout year for Tua, which obviously helps boost the AFC East position in our rankings. Mac Jones had a phenomenal rookie year for the New England Patriots, leading them to a 10-win season and a playoff berth in year 2 of the post-Tom Brady era. Losing Josh McDaniels hurts, absolutely no doubt, but Jones should get better as he gains more experience. Zach Wilson had a disappointing rookie year, but he should be miles better in 2022. The Jets added Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall through the draft to upgrade Wilson's supporting cast. The O-line will be much better with newcomer Laken Tomlinson and a healthy Mekhi Becton, who only played 1 game last year. Now, I'm not saying Wilson will be a Pro Bowler in year 2, but he will enjoy tremendous improvement. Number 2, AFC North. We don't know how Deshaun Watson will fare with his new team after a full season away from football, or how much he'll even actually play. So even if you take Watson out of the picture, the Browns have a solid backup option in Jacoby Brissett. And even if you ignore the Cleveland Browns QB room, the rest of the division is in pretty dang good shape. Now, hate on Mitch Trubisky all you want, but the dude went 29-21 as the Bears starter with 64 touchdowns against 37 picks. And he took them to the playoffs twice. The Pittsburgh Steelers haven't had a losing season since 2003. In other words, Trubisky should be much better on a well-coached Steeler team. And if Trubisky doesn't work out, well hey, first-round pick Kenny Pickett should be able to step in and find some success with this talented offensive group. But absolutely, make no mistake, it is Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals and Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens who place the AFC North in the number 2 spot. The top pick of the 2020 draft only led the Bengals to an unexpected trip to Super Bowl 56, where they narrowly fell to the Rams. That's an awfully impressive performance from the 25-year-old QB. As for Jackson, well, he's a former MVP winner with a 37-12 regular season record and 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons on his resume. Enough said. Can we move on? Number 1, AFC West. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs has been the NFL's best quarterback since 2018. Justin Herbert will be a perennial MVP candidate. He's unquestionably a top 10 QB in the game with plenty of room to grow. The Denver Broncos no longer have a gaping hole at the quarterback position now that newcomer Russell Wilson is leading the offense. Wilson, like Mahomes and Herbert, is in contention for the MVP award. And then there's Derek Carr of the Las Vegas Raiders, who should be even better now that he's reunited with Devontae Adams. Carr led the Raiders to the playoffs last year in a season filled with hardships and controversy. The sky is now the limit with Adams and new head coach Josh McDaniels at his side now. I mean, really, was there any debate? Never mind the 2022 season, this could be the single best division of quarterbacks ever assembled. But which NFL division do you think should be higher in our rankings? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.